The wind howled through the desolate coastal town, chilling me to the bone as I sat alone in my creaky fishing boat, surrounded by an eerie silence. The ocean stretched out before me, its dark and turbulent waves dancing ominously under the moon's feeble light. As a lonely fisherman, I was accustomed to solitude, but tonight, a sinister presence hung heavily in the air, as if the very essence of the sea had turned malevolent. It was a night like any other when I cast my nets into the murky depths. The sea whispered secrets only it knew, its voice carried by the wind, leaving an unsettling shiver down my spine. My boat rocked back and forth, causing my uneasy stomach to twist in knots. The air felt thick with anticipation, as if the ocean itself held its breath, awaiting some dreadful event. As the night wore on, an eerie fog crept in from nowhere, blanketing the surroundings in a veil of gray. Visibility became limited, and I strained my eyes, trying to peer into the mist, searching for any signs of life or danger. But the fog distorted everything, playing tricks on my senses, making shadows dance on the water's surface. Suddenly, a bone-chilling groan echoed across the water. It was a sound that could only come from something massive and ancient. I felt a primordial fear grip my heart, as if facing a force beyond my comprehension. A tremor ran through my body, and my instinct screamed at me to flee, but I couldn't abandon my livelihood and the only life I knew. Driven by both fear and stubbornness, I persevered, determined to face whatever lurked beneath the surface. It was then that I noticed a peculiar movement in the fog, a shape, a silhouette of something unimaginable. My blood ran cold as the figure drew closer, revealing itself to be an enormous, ghastly creature. Its skeletal body was adorned with decaying seaweed, and its eyes glowed with an otherworldly luminescence. A voice, a mere whisper, emanated from the abomination. It spoke in a language I couldn't comprehend, yet its intent was clear, a call to lure me into the depths of the sea. Despite my fear, curiosity and a strange compulsion overtook me, compelling me to follow the creature's siren song. Hesitant and afraid, I found myself descending into the watery abyss, each step further tightening the grip of darkness around me. As I sank, my surroundings transformed into a haunting spectacle. Bioluminescent creatures glowed like ethereal stars, illuminating the depths with an eerie beauty. But the enchantment was short-lived. A torrential current enveloped me, pulling me deeper into the abyss. Panic clawed at my chest as I struggled against the relentless force, my lungs burning for air. Just as I thought I would succumb to the crushing pressure, I caught sight of a glimmer, a flicker of light in the distance. Summoning my last reserves of strength, I fought against the current with renewed determination, propelling myself toward the faint beacon of hope. As I drew nearer, I realized it was the creature, the one who had lured me into this watery grave. Yet it appeared different, almost vulnerable. With every ounce of courage I possessed, I reached out and touched the creature's decaying form. It convulsed, and its eyes widened with surprise. In that moment, I saw not a monster, but a desperate soul yearning for freedom. It had used its haunting appearance as a desperate plea for help. Driven by compassion, I grasped the creature's skeletal hand, and with a surge of power, we shot toward the surface. Breaking through the waves, I gasped for air, my lungs greedily inhaling the sweet breath of life. As the creature released my hand, it transformed before my eyes into a majestic being, a guardian of the sea, now freed from its skeletal prison. It nodded in gratitude before sinking back into the depths, leaving me with a newfound appreciation for the enigmatic wonders and terrors that lay hidden beneath the waves. Since that fateful night, I've never again ventured alone into the sea, but as I sit on the shores, watching the waves crash against the rocks, a profound respect for the mysteries of the ocean resides within me, and I'll forever remember the eerie encounter that tested my courage, reminding me that even in the most desolate moments, there is still room for compassion and redemption in the heart of darkness.